afternoon, brothers and sisters. It's 8/22/2019, and I wanted to come on here today to talk about the Beast System 666 is here right now. Something I came across in the 1980s in Switzerland. There was developed a machine that could implant a chip in a human containing all the identification and credit information. The machine was named the Beast. Beginning January 1st, 2020, a national ID card will be required in the USA, one step closer to the eventual world ID system coming soon. 2 years ago this month, Three Square Market was the first U.S. business to implant chips in its employees. 1 year ago, thousands of people in Sweden began getting microchipped. And on January 30th, 2019, PBS NewsHour did a feature about the risks involved in getting microchipped. Hackers can steal your information and could then possibly access banking information, for example. In Sweden, much of the microchipping involved banking convenience. As the world is rapidly becoming a cashless society. And then in 2020 in India, the chip implants will be compulsory. So your implants can receive electrical impulses, and as they pointed out, you know, they could also shut off your microchip and deactivate it. So if they wanted you to comply in some way about something, and you had already received that mark or something, they could always shut it off until you did whatever it was they wanted you to do. You would be out of the loop until you complied with whatever they wanted you to do. And then the main reason I came on here today, which I was going to do this thing yesterday, but it got delayed, which was, as it turned out, not a coincidence, but on purpose, apparently, because you know, Trump the same day yesterday was going to say something. This is Trump as the little horn. In the third chapter of the book of Daniel, Daniel uses the Hebrew word karon, which is like English horn, for the wind instrument and also for the horn of an animal. And then over in chapter 7, he also uses the same word, karon, in the 7th chapter in Daniel 7, where he's talking about the little horn, the Zipper karon, which literally means little trump. He blows his own horn. He likes to boast. A mouth speaking great things. He is the little trump. He does not like it being in second place or being his motives being questioned. And of course, we know he wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, and he's the best deal maker in the world, according to him. And also on, it was reminded to me of 725 Fifth Avenue, the building number 666, which first belonged to him. He incorporated the 666 address into the design of the building, actually. And then apparently that building, he sold that building, which was owned by him, to, you know, to his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. And then he took over it. And then, of course, we know that inside of building number 666 was Lucent Technology was renting a space in there and making and working on the microchips, coincidentally. We have the peace plan. Says we have the peace plan. He calls others little at times when he's talking about opponents, and sometimes he refers to them as being little. But in Daniel 7, this person is referred to as the little Trump. You know, so he's referred to as by the Lord as being little. Yesterday in an interview, when this is the important thing, and the thing I don't think is a coincidence, because it got delayed. I was going to do this yesterday and talk about this yesterday, but I wasn't able to. And then, of course, when I went to work and I looked on some news reports, I saw where he had been interviewed about the China trade deal, and he looks up to heaven as he says he is the chosen one, and then mentions many in Israel want him to be king. He's on the temple tax coin, remember, and he has, for an ancestor, one person in history that was the king of Jerusalem at one time. So we still don't know if, he's Jewish, if they've traced it back or something, but apparently, and if Netanyahu has ever suggested to him that they might run an election or something to try to vote him in as Messiah, that was never publicly announced. We don't know that, but that could be a secret thing that we simply don't know anything about. Maybe that was why he was waiting to announce his Trump peace plan after the Israeli elections coming up here in September. There's a lot of things we don't publicly know that's going on behind the scenes. But he believes that he could be the king of Israel, apparently. And then lastly, Ancient of Days. So I want to speak about Daniel chapter 7, verses 9 through 18. Oh, another thing about the horns, the little horn. Today, when I was on the internet, they had an ad that popped up there and flashed up there 2 or 3 times on my screen. The 2019 South Florida football conference game that's coming up next week. And they're, the coin, the thing that they're using, the term they're using for their game slogan is called Horns Up. I mean, you talk about coincidences, and like I said, we can't make this stuff up. This stuff is, that's how the Holy Spirit operates. That you'll get surprised. So I want to go to Daniel 7, 9 through 18. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment set, and the books were open. And I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake. I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed and given to the burning flame. Concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, and all the people, nations, and languages should serve him. And dominion is an everlasting dominion. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all of this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things, that these beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I would know the truth, and the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth of iron and nails of brass which devoured, break in pieces and stamp the residue with his feet. And so it goes on down. It says, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And that time came of the saints, that the saints possessed the kingdom. So that's the bottom line. All these other kingdoms are going to be destroyed, including the kingdom of the little horn. If he's Donald Trump or whoever he is, his kingdom is only going to be for a short while. And then the Ancient of Days has set up his son, his kingdom, and they are going to be given to the saints and to his son forever and ever, an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And so that's the message for today. Is Donald Trump the little horn? Well, he might be, because he toots his own horn. I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you.